Now, it's not like I was never, ever holding Nagumo stocks, but let's just say they went a lot higher than I expected. What's up, guys? They go with a pencil here from Planet Doing Suit. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact: here we are to do a breakdown, such live action review and analysis of the 248 of Sakamoto Days, which is known as Alike. And I'm very intrigued. Obviously, with Nagumo freed from the Oki fight, I'm assuming he was going to head to the Uzuki fight, right? Because honestly, outside of Sakamoto, the only character that has anything they really need to resolve with Uzuki is Nagumo. And if the author remembers him, thank you. But like, there's a beyond, like, there's more than a 60% chance that Suzuki-sensei completely forgot about Tenkyu and his whole reason for existing being that he went against Uzuki's ideals, while Uzuki still at least had some form of ideals, and the wanting to go after Sakamoto's family, but then that plot point kind of got dropped. So I don't know. It's a very interesting thing with Tenkyu. But Nagumo, I thought, was going to head there, but looks like he's legit knocked out. Unless this is, him having disguised Oki's body as himself, kind of pulling what he did with Gaku back in the museum arc. I don't know. But let's not waste more time. Let's up right in chapter 248. Like, some random fodders, obviously. Let's see. Yo, isn't that dude Nagumo? Wait, ain't there a bounty on his head? What's he doing here? that's my question too. I mean, maybe he's just tired. But at the same time, though, after the Gaku fake out, I still remember being like, yeah, because I genuinely fell for it. I really thought, bro, my glorious handsome legendary using King Nagumo got off screen in the speed run, but no, of course, it was Nagumo, who's been holding back the entire time, who's never like the statement from last chapter from Oki is so insane to me, because it doesn't even not make sense. Like, if you go back through all of Nagumo's fights, and he has a couple, right? Like, notably, he isn't the character with the most fights in the narrative, but he's not lacking in terms of combat, gosh darn it. But, like, he says that, and I don't even disbelieve it. Like it's not even something that I was like, that's a nice statement you have there, but I'm gonna need you to back it up with some more evidence. No, just thinking about it and remembering, and to be fair, I didn't go back and look, so maybe I do need to go back and look through every single Nagumo fight, but the man, like, the only fight you can say, oh, that's a lie, is, like, against Takamura, but not only was he mentally conflicted there, but he was immediately diffed in, like, the first 5 seconds. And it's Takamura. I'm not gonna get mad at Nagumo for losing Takamura, who was stated the only fighter in the order above him. But think about how crazy it is. That means suppressed, not taking fighting seriously, super mentally conflicted Nagumo through the Death of Rion is just clears every other order member that we've seen. And at this point, with him diffing Oki as badly as he diffed Oki, from Oki's upscaling to Nagumo, legit, Nagumo just fodderizes almost everyone in the verse 1v1. Okay, maybe not fodderize, he did, like, high diff Oki, but nearly fodderizes everyone else in the verse outside of, like, literally, presumably when he was still around, Takazuki, Takamura, and now Sakamoto. But everyone else, they're probably just fried in 1v1 with Nagumo, which I guess makes sense. Not like that's absurd or anything, but still, crazy to think about. Let's see. He's really messed up. Bro, he looks good. Listen. I'm assuming he's just, was this Japan? Like, why? Okay. Heck yeah. They're all decapitated. I mean, like, to be fair, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here, and they're trying to eat that dog. Let's see. Oh no! Wait. No, so no. This seems to be the real Nagumo. I guess he just passed out. Unless this is multi-layered. Like, this is Oki disguised as Nagumo. Like, but the thing is, though, what weapon does he have to have done that? Does it make sense? Does that make sense? Hold on. Wait a minute. Ooh. Hold on. Let me see something. What fit? I mean, to be fair, they were both wearing like mirror fits. Like, it could be. Oh, he didn't have a coat. Maybe Nagumo left him the coat. Let's see. How does the last chapter end? Get some rest, Oki. I mean, like, maybe this is just. I think this is just Cloud Nagumo. Yeah, he probably just went for a walk, got tired, and passed out. All right. Oh man, that was a bender. Whoa, what happened? Did he like it? I mean, that goes to show how deeply ingrained it is into him. Like, the second, they posed basically no threat to probably this even Giga Fatigue Nagumo, considering they were all blitzed at one tap. But just on the idea that something bad could happen to him, he instinctively saw them and doesn't even know what happened. He's like, Is that me? Yeah, okay. Admittedly, this isn't. I'm not a worldwide famous assassin like Nagumo, but for anyone who has like really long commutes that you've been doing for a while, or like really any commute in general, but especially for me, long commutes. Sometimes I get in my vehicle, and then my consciousness actively begins taking note of things again once I arrive at my destination. I don't know what it is. I obey all the rules of the road. I've been pulled over, but like sometimes the brain just like you get so used to doing something, and your brain like the priority list like it lowers things. It's almost like it's not like you go to sleep because obviously that's different. Don't drive sleepy, kids. It is horrific. But very specifically, sometimes I have moments where it's like, huh, did I? Was I? It was almost on that like pre-consciousness type beat. I don't know about y'all, but your boy, whoever that was before, like that first memory of mine, I don't know who that guy is. He's a completely different person. I can recognize the continuity of self from like 4 or 5 on, but like the guy that was before there, that was a bundle of instincts that could speak sometimes in response to certain stimuli. But occasionally that guy just reappears and takes over for a little bit because I don't know. Sometimes these things happen. I guess Nagumo's in that state in the general because he just didn't even recognize it. Just on instinct, he defended himself. But all right. Nah, couldn't be. Maybe this is Oki. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Cause like I highly doubt Nagumo would be knocked out. But I mean, maybe he would. That'd be a lot of effort. But maybe he moved his. I don't know. Could be Oki. Could be Nagumo. Regardless, either Nagumo, the real Nagumo, is like rushing towards the Uzuki fight, trying to either interfere or help Sakamoto. I don't know. Or just get closer, I guess. But let's see. Oh. Well, look what's up. Well, to be fair though, I guess of all the remaining fights, now that Osaragi versus Tor has been, well, no, I'd say specifically out of the remaining fights we have, obviously Boiled and what's his name versus the Fodder doesn't matter. I'm not saying conclusion of that fight, and we don't need to. It's irrelevant. It's Shin versus who? Shin versus Tanabata. Like that, I'm not gonna say that's like irrelevant, but like, you want to talk about characters barely having any dynamics, dog. There you go. Then, what's left? Because Osaragi versus Taurus was usurped. I mean, we obviously Sakamoto versus Uzuki, that's like the main final fight. It really is, in terms of characters who have actual existing dynamics, even if they are very limited. Gozu and Shishiba is one of the last fights. Oh, never mind. We also still, where are we gonna get? Oh, we're probably gonna see the conclusion of that fight. The Kipe versus Amane and not Amane. Kipe versus Maifuyu and Natsuki. That's the other fight that has like now, even if very freshly existing dynamics that needs to be wrapped up. Meanwhile, I am like, outside of this will be an interesting fight to see just because Tanabata has cool environmental interactions and Shin is cracked. Like I don't like, of all the fights that were set up, why Shin versus Tanabata? Why? I mean, I guess Shin didn't have anybody else. Shin kind of suffers, ironically, without Tenkyu, Shin kind of suffers from, like, the Bakugo effect, where I guess he just does have to fight a guy, because he doesn't really have a, like, main parallel. But Shishiba and Gozu did technically run ones, and Gozu did win, so Shishiba, while we saw a little bit of the fight so far, he does technically need to get his lick back, so let's see if he gets his lick back. It's cool that they essentially left the building. Last I remember, these two were, like, in the middle of a building, but now they're back in the open streets. What's so funny? You're so fired up. I mean, to be fair, I'm not saying I always need my lick back, but I'm also not saying I don't blame Shishiba for needing his lick back. You know, you did kind of different. like thinking on the original Shishiba versus Gozu fight, I think that is genuinely the worst that Shishiba's performed in a fight in the entire series. This man was 2v1ing. Well, to be fair, what's his name? Carolina Reaper wasn't actually like on the market, but still, he was like 2v1ing some high tiers / top tiers in Kumanomi in Carolina Reaper, and like not losing horrifically, but he was doing just fine. Meanwhile, Gozu came in and electricity diffed him. But let's see, what? You're already took over the JAA and the government. What's the point of going wild now? Goes in. Buddy. Well, to be fair, he may have not noticed. He may have genuinely not noticed. But, like, did you not see Taurus get low diff? And, like, you do, like, the thing, and to be fair, it's Gozu, right? And Gozu, I'm not saying he's not the sharpest spoon in the kitchen shed, but, like, not the sharpest point to get you set. But, whatever the case, Gozu, your power, your control, it literally hangs by the thread that is Uzuki. If Uzuki falls, dog, you have nothing. You have nothing. That's the issue with overly, that's the major issue with power that's centralized overly one person. Dog, you're down like, how many people? Kumanomi, down. El Matador, down. The cop guy, down. Torres, down. Tanabata will be down. He's fighting Shin. He's fighting Shin. He'll be down. He's not down yet, though. But, like, legit, dude, clock's ticking. I mean, it's a nice idea, Gozu, but your short rate of control is short for a reason. We'll see. What's the point of going wild now? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to take back the JA or restore Japan to any... Oh, interesting. Or restore order to Japan or any high-minded bull like that. I mean, you know, to be fair, though, that is very consistent for Shishiba's character. He's not necessarily... He's a guy who does what he feels needs to be done in that moment to best ensure his survival. Right? Specifically, I remember all back in one of the greatest fights in the series, Shishiba versus Yotsumura. When Yotsumura first met Shishiba, he was like, so, what's up with you? You trying to die too? And Shishiba was like, I don't really feel like it. And Yotsumura was like, man, you got that dog and you come work for me. And then Shishiba worked for him. It was as simple as that. Shishiba does what Shishiba needs to do to survive. And in this case, a world where he's consistently on the hunt or running from the New Order / the JAA, and also a world where, or either that, say he didn't leave, a world where he was serving under Izuki, it just wasn't what he felt like doing. And he felt like it was unstable, so of course he's going to fight to make it stable for him again. Let's see. And why put your life on the line? I mean, you were going to hunt him down regardless. Let's see. When someone attacks me, I fight back. Ain't that enough? Yeah, and it's as simple as that. Well, to be fair, you did attack Yotsumura. So Shishiba, you gotta put a little asterisk on that. When someone attacks me, and I think I can diff him, I fight back. Ain't that enough? And hey, in many ways, especially in a series like Sakamoto Days, that is enough. More than enough reason to throw hands. But let's see. You know, I will give the claws that Gozu has very, very high credit. They have not broken, despite how much he's literally been playing patty cake with them. And I mean, like, to be fair, they seem to be made of some super strong metal, but to swing evenly with Shishiba and not break, very good, very good. Let's see. Quit acting cool. I see right through you. Gozu, I wish that were true, bro. Gozu, like, I gotta give him something. He did get a double over Shishiba. He got one tap by Osaragi, though. The glaze versus bomb, like he really, and to be fair, I think I genuinely, for Gozu, I may need to put him on the same level of Whelp, even if I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think I do got a glaze Brody. And the reason I got a glaze Brody is because he did take out Kendaka. Admittedly, Kendaka just kind of been bummy. And I, like, genuinely, a part of me, I mean, I'm assuming Yotsumura is going to show up at the... Well, no. Because Amane and them were here. Right? Like they picked up Sakamoto... No, because the helicopter was destroyed, right? And that's when Sakamoto came out of the helicopter. It's like, what is the status of Amane and Todomaru? I actually don't know. Like, this is the thing. Is Yotsumura, like, is he going to do anything? Or, like, we've legit run him out of antagonists. Like, Osaragi doesn't even have one now. So, I guess Yotsumura's just not doing anything. Same with Kendaka. Maybe I'm assuming that's why Gozu just one-tapped him and removed him. Because maybe Suzuki Sensei's like, darn, I don't have enough. And that was the thing I was talking about for a while. And now I'm seeing that hypothetical issue seemingly come to fruition, right? Where, ultimately, Suzuki Sensei introduced too many... And here's the thing, not just too many characters, too many strong characters for our good guys, for it to really feel fair for our bad guys. And now it's happening. Like, I would not be shocked if Osaragi ends up ganking Gozu since Torres was loaded. Let's see. You and I are kind of alike. Gozu, I wish you had more screen time so I knew what on earth you meant by that. Even Shishiba was like, what on earth? Brody, what? Let's see. Oh, darn! Oh, wait. Okay, but Gozu did weak. Gozu, see? Shishiba with the kick. But Gozu did, that's a little rough. That's a little. I don't think it's just motion blur. That's a little rough. Let's see. Oh, really? How so? I like it's just not question mark exclamation. But he's like insulted by that. Like, really? Me? Someone to a bum like you? What are you talking about? You're not the type to get fired who gets fired up on your own behalf. I see what he means there. I generally see what he means there. Shishiba is one of those homies that, like, he has your back, but it's almost, and I feel bad because I do have homies like this where they're like, no matter what you're doing, they'll have your back. But heaven forbid they're doing something, they'll be like, I got it. I'm gonna be like, dude, that is a whole couch. You really, let me help you, dog. And he's like, no, I got it. Shishiba is like that, where he doesn't really, like, he does what he does to get by, and that's it. But like Gozu, dog, you're not like that. In fact, you low-key refused to get fired up for Uzuki. You were like last we saw, before obviously this whole final battle started, you were in fact critiquing Uzuki for not really having a straight on, like, his head screwed on right. And you walked away. You weren't fired up on his behalf either. Gozu, you don't have enough screen time to be talking like this. Let's see. What? Seriously? You think I became an assassin to help people or make the world a better place? No. And how do you think this is? I don't know. He goes, what are you yapping about? Beats me. You know what though? As a fellow yapper who yaps just to yap, sometimes you just gotta say things. Let's see. You're an idiot. Die. See, I mean, like, I'll give it credit in the sense of like, hey, dynamics are dynamics, but I don't know. Let's see. You're an idiot. Die. No. Yeah. See, like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's in here. Here's a big thing. I say this now, especially when I think the main Nugent example that my brain will always run back to. I'm like, do you actually need excessive screen time for a character to be good with the sauce? No, not really. Satoru Gojo's barely in JJK. Like when you think about it, in the whole run of the manga, which is nearly 300 chapters, Gojo's like, if you take all his screen time, he maybe like is in 30 chapters total. I'm talking like full 20 page. Like, he's in maybe a tenth of the manga, being completely honest. Yet he still has fantastic writing, fantastic dynamics, fantastic narrative integration. So I can't even really blame Gozu's lack of screen time on, like, poor that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Gozu, such a cool design, such a cool ability, but like, he does suffer from, like, there's nothing really there. I don't know. It's hard to sprinkle in some sauce, I will admit, but I say Sensei has done it before. Sakamoto is still one of my favorite characters, and he's even less of Sakamotodays. Let's see. Alright, full lightning bolt. Shishiba weaves. Okay, he weaves the bolt itself, but then he gets grabbed. Okay, grab and stab to the face, Shishiba. Okay, Shishiba. I guess. Or are we gonna get a we're gonna get a reveal that also Shishiba has never tried in all of it. Like, obviously, I don't think, unlike Oki, knowing that about Nagumo, I highly doubt Gozu would know that about Shishiba. We'll just get a narrator saying, like, Shishiba, in all of his battles, has been holding back massively, and now that he's actively annoyed against Gozu for comparing his bummy self to Shishiba himself, he shall now go all out for the first time. Let's see. Dude, that was fast. You know, though, if there's one thing I do like about Gozu, he is a battle freak, right? Like, he's a bit into it. Maybe a little too into it. But he's a bit into it, right? Like, in response to getting blitzed here, essentially, right? Like, he throws out the bolt. Shishiba gets snagged by the time, pulled in. Gozu goes to claw his face off, and instead of actually getting tagged at all, Shishiba just blitzes him and slashes his shoulder open. Slashes his left shoulder open with a right swing, no less. Or, no. Not really, actually, no, left for left. So it makes sense. He probably just probably slid, since Gozu's, and like, literally, look at where Gozu's hand that grabbed the tie is. Like, Shishiba completely slipped out and slashed his shoulder open, probably slipping right here around the right, and completely evaded the right arm jab. So, for Gozu's reaction to be a musical note and glaze, and not really like, oh, that was fast, or like any sort of real anger, I mean, I like it. I'm rocking with it. Let's see. Nails? I mean, I guess. Have a hammer. Grab nails. Okay. Interesting. So, I mean, that's oh, poor Guminomi, dog. Have here one gimmick sold away, because Guminomi had the whole railgun idea, but now Shishiba was just like, let me take these random nails and fire them at you as if they were projectiles, and seemingly enough, it did work, at least enough to force Gozu to block. Let's see. What's the matter? That all you got? Shishiba rage baiting Gozu was not on my bingo card, but I mean, he was basically asking for it. Like, I'm not. You know what though? I'm always interested to see who I'm compared to. Like, just like in all walks of life. Some people say like, you remind me of such and such, and I'm like, really? And sometimes they just don't know who they're talking about. So then I'll just take it and be like, okay, and they'll look them up later. But so I get some comparisons, and I'm like, I don't know what you see there. But there have been on occasion, I will admit, someone in like in general say like, yeah, I'm just like Pencil, and I'm like, you and me? We're not the same. We're not the same. I don't know where you got that from. And maybe that's why she was like, gotta rage bait him, bro. There's no way I'm dealing with this. Let's see. Son of a. I mean, Gozu. This is what you asked for. The chapter is called Alike. This is what you wanted, right? Electricity ain't free, is it? Don't you need to recharge soon? Oh, interesting. Okay, so Gozu is. Oh, that's cool though. Interesting. He calls a bolt from behind. Yo, Shishiba reacting to lightning? I mean, you could argue maybe he's aim dodging based off Gozu, but still. Maybe some mass labor sonic stuff for Sakamoto days. But that's interesting. So Gozu's claws allow him to essentially direct energy. He doesn't produce it himself. I mean, that's fine. So far, like, the only characters... Did we get an excuse for Carolina Reaper in Club Jam? I feel like Club Jam's excuse is like, oh, well, hypnosis is, like, a common enough thing that gets talked about enough that maybe no one will question it. But, like, Club Jam just Carolina Reaper just breathes fire. I swear we never got, like, an explanation for that. Because, like, technically, when you think about it, like, Nagumo shapeshifting. But Sakamoto Days doesn't have a power system like chakra or ki or cursed energy, but everyone is just like superhuman vaguely with unique gimmicks. Kumanomi stuff could just be explained as really high powered magnets. Do those things really exist? Not in the way the Kumanomi would use them. I don't think there's any magnet on the planet where someone could like, well, maybe depending on how strong it is, but to that size, really, where you could like throw an entire truck. But I'm trying to like legit think. Is it like outside of Carolina Reaper and once again Club Jam? I'm trying to think. Does anyone like have powers? Like just built into their physiology? Not really. And especially with Gozu being set up to now to need like he needs like ambient electricity from an area. He needs to drain it. That's technically not powers. I still don't get how the claws allow him to do that. I mean, we ball, I suppose. But let's see. I'll kill you. Energy efficient style. To the feet. Yeah, okay, this chapter's just not complete. I'm about to say, chapter's short. Some of the art's looking like this is a little rough for Gozu. But interesting. So the fiend noticed. I mean, I guess that makes sense. We don't see him consistently spamming lightning blast. But you know what? Unironically, especially considering just where we are, is this really time to be nerfing the antagonist, bro? Like they are down bad. Like, who's left? Gozu, Tanabata, Uzuki, right? Oki's done. Tor's is done. There's more I'm missing. Kumanomi's done. 3 of the side characters are Kipe. So we have 4. We still have 4. And obviously we're gonna finish with Uzuki. So we still do have. Let me see. What chapter is this? Is chapter 248. Do we hit 300 with Sakamoto Days or do we end before? Just with how Nagumo versus Oki were the most major fights ended up wrapping up, I could see us maybe like hitting. Like Sakamoto Days may run to the end of the year, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm not sure how much is left now at this rate. Let's see. All right. Okay, Shishiba looking on. Notice he's up. What? Like that's the thing. Like this is what I'm talking about. You mean to tell me we're gonna have Gozu, who's just been revealed to not be able to produce electricity on his own? He's gonna have to run a 2v1 between the woman who one-shot him and a guy who was going relative with him but now knows his gimmick. How is this fair? Like, obviously I know all's fair in love and war, and obviously there's no love in this war, but still, dog, he's fried. Triple A, like, to be fair, he's gonna be fried regardless, right? Even if this continued to be a 1v1 with Shishiba, he was gonna be fried. But Gozu, man, all that smack how you were like, and now you lonely. in this 2v1, dog. Let's see. Claw. Ooh, interesting sound effect, though. Clawing. I guess it's because the metal, it's the spinning blade clashing against the metal claws. Interesting. And he gets flying into a wall. So, like, straight into a building. All right. Nice timing, as always. Osaragi's chilling like, I mean, I legit don't have anything else to do. Let's see. You finished your part? Ooh, yeah. Even, I don't know. Some aren't the chapter. Let's see. It got taken over. By who? A teddy bear. I mean, now that I think about it, yeah, I guess she wouldn't. Did she ever encounter him? I'll have to double check. Did she? I mean, I think she's seen him. I don't think she ever saw him fight. So I guess, unironically, that probably is Osaragi's first time actually seeing Sakamoto in action. So I guess she wouldn't really have a frame of reference for him. That never clicked with me. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. Of course she doesn't, like, she doesn't really have context for Sakamoto. Heck, Shishiba probably has barely any context for Sakamoto. So yeah, to see Torres, you know, a really strong guy, even coming and get bullied by a guy she's really never seen before. Yeah, I guess she would rationalize it as a wild teddy bear. Let's see. A bear? They're in Tokyo now? Okay. I mean, like, the bit's the bit. But at the same time, like I said, I don't think Shishiba knows either. Like, was he there? I'm trying to flash back through Sakamoto days. Has this duo at all seen Sakamoto fight? I don't think so. So I'm about to get into Shishiba's case for being like, it's a little silly that he actually believes her in terms of like a bear, like a literal bear started fighting Torres, as if like all these superhuman characters couldn't low diff a grown elephant, not to talk about a bear. But at the same time, I guess he doesn't have context for the other guy. Like, yeah, I think genuinely the only of the Order members on either end who had context for Sakamoto realistically would have been Nagumo. He's the only one that interacted consistently enough. The Order and our actual main cast have been relatively separated for a majority of the narrative. Let's see. Uh-oh, crackle. What does that say? Ah, interesting. I know a lot of gambling these past couple chapters. First a casino, now a pachinko shop. Let's see. Okay, so he's draining. He's draining a whole lot. Oh, you forgot to color in his hand here. He looks so pale. No, my color skin Gozu. Let's see. Those cities overflowing with electricity. I'm already charged up. But, like, where are you storing the charge? Like, is it a battery thing? Is it a battery? I mean, like, he says energy efficient style. But, like, where's the battery on you? Like, at least in Kuminomi, she was, like, wearing the magnets. But, like, where is the battery on you, Gozu? What do you do? Let's see. Oh, you think you're real slick, huh? Stealing energy like a pathetic parasite. Hey, I don't blame him, though. Me, if I ever had electricity powers, I'm not using my own juice. Dog, I don't care who. Well, I wouldn't do it to like private houses because I feel bad. But like businesses, man, I'm slurping up that electricity like crazy too. Gozu just like me for real. Let's see. All right, Gozu, you're smiling. I mean, to be fair, he does seem to be. He's a little bit free in the battle. So, but Gozu, you cheese it right now like they're not about to diff you to 2v1. Gozu, you're not ready for this. You're not. He reacted to you calling lightning from behind him, and ducked it, bro. You're fried. Let's see. Okay, Shishiba running in. Okay, goes. All right. Okay. Calm little chatter. Okay, essentially just setting up Shishiba versus Osaragi. Shishiba and Osaragi versus Gozu. Okay. That's what chat. It's like very simple. It's very simple. You saw me like, ooh, even this last panel. I mean, like I get, you know, it's the whole speed of like the lighting thing. Even this last panel was a little bit rough, but I'll do like little minor arc complaints here or there, which I can't blame Suzuki Sensei for. Being a weekly mangaka is literally impossible for your boy. I can never imagine it. But a solid chapter. I mean, like I don't like genuinely. I'm sitting here, and I do blame a lot on, you know, Gozu just not having enough screen time, or just in the screen time he's had not really being established enough. I didn't really get the title of the chapter, or like what on earth Gozu is yapping about. Like, what do you mean you're alike with Shishiba? Not only do you barely even know Shishiba, but also you're not. Do y'all see comparisons between these two characters? I don't know. Shishiba's a lot more straight-laced, serious, does what he can to make sure he stays up for himself. Meanwhile, Gozu seems a lot more life-risking, wild, and while he does fight for Uzuki, he even seemingly countered against that, despite that not being in his best interest. I have no idea how on earth these two are alike, other than that they're two guys who are good at fighting. So, I don't get the characters out of it, but still, I still do like Gozu. I think he has a fantastic design. I think the choreography in this chapter is pretty solid. I like the little bits of environmental interaction we get, like the nails coming out, and being launched as if they were projectile weapons. The throw in from Osaragi is nice. It makes sense that she would show up here too, as her battle was taken over. So I think it honestly, as much as I would have liked Shishiba to actually get a proper 1v1 against Gozu to, get his lick back after the Takazuki fight and leading into Gozu and took Gozu low diving him, I am actually glad that Osaragi is able to come in and join the Gankfest, because why wouldn't she? She doesn't have a fight anymore, so it makes sense that this duo gets to have a presumably final duo fight. I highly doubt they're going to end up assisting in the Uzuki fight in the end. Gozu, as an antagonist, like I said, he's relatively, I want to say he's like vapid or hollow, but like, he just doesn't have, not even that he doesn't have sauce. Like I've been glazing Gozu this entire time. He's absolutely dripping with sauce, but very specifically, I don't think he as a character doesn't really hit for me as much as I do like his archetype and his abilities and his design. That seems so crazy to me. Like, character-wise, he just doesn't hit, even though he hits on, like, literally every other faction and metric for me. Like, I love Gozu's design. If he had slightly better writing or more writing, I think I'd appreciate him a whole lot more. But still, overall, W chapter. If you're all the way to the end, please leave deep fried, because that's what goes with. Like who actually thinks Gozu's even gonna do anything here? He was struggling with Shishiba in a 1v1. Who thinks he's actually gonna be competent in a 1v2 against these two? I don't know, man. Deep fried in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that link to notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also to have a page down below. Use me for as well as win. Come on, to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for studios about to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions, so I use them to review, add reactions of all my videos, early free access to all my videos, including all videos on the second channel that got the reaction link in the description down below. It'll be in the card up over there. And on top of that, I do have a you get your name listed at the end of every single video if you're a Patreon member as well. If you're a $3 member or $3 Patreon or higher, you get your name listed and read aloud at the end of every single video. And on top of that, I do have a link to my Twitch in the description down below. That got the controller. I stream every Friday, 8 p.m. EST. Roll through. We have a good time. We talk. We game. We have a good time. And then, of course, I do have a link to my co-find description down below where if you want to drop 5 views a short video or 20 minutes long video or any views at all, any support is always greatly appreciated. And I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Got the Pencil, writing off. Alright, lady, thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Dino, Hector Gonzalez, Tim Thomas, Kaving, RXN, Logan Guzman, Dead Meme, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, Hamza Idrisi, BNA DNA, Edwin Ingbignoba, Straw, Atenzi Shear, Antavius Mitchell, Superflame Zero, Weary Exile, Window Life, Alex Kenny, Victor Jacobs, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Funny Dude, Jagoda, Plant Crone, Striker Man, Brandon Payne, Black Sage, Multi-Batman Superman, Ramondo Furen, Zalims, Enzo, Union I Metatron, Sheesh King, Joe Bean, Aswin Harry Presetia, Sleepin' John, JMD KD, The Young Family, Pastel Pandora, Sino King, NMA, Karina Hernandez, Mo City King, DKG, Andrine Bonnet, John Malcolm, Akolare Babatunde, ASD 1234, Jesse Clapp, and CCC. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Dread Zoen, Karina Hernandez, Kevin Encarnacion, Lil Kodo, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our Inc. tier members: King RTX, Shrimp of the 4th Shrimp 06, and Zom. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior, AZ Void, and Val Denison. Then I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walkie Munoz, and A Ernesto902 at gmail.com.